Yeah, now stand and cheer for your Talking Basketball podcast.
Hello and welcome to our Christmas special of the Talking Basketball podcast. I am Mark.
We swish you a Merry Christmas. We swish you a Merry Christmas.
That's awful. Swish you a Merry Christmas. I was calling it a Merry Hoopsmas.
Oh.
I thought that would be different. Hoopsmas, not Swishmas. But I like Swishmas. So yeah, we're just doing one. We're going to throw it out there on Christmas Day because obviously there's loads of games. You've got NBA games going off, but we're not going to obviously know what those scores are. We're not going to record on Christmas Day. We're all doing family things, so we thought we'd pre-record this. More than anything else to say thank you.
Well, look, all the listeners out there, you have a bloody good Christmas.
Absolutely.
Have a good Christmas, and if you throw up any bricks, you suck. No, have a good, thank you for listening for, another year. 2024, it's almost over.
Yeah, that's very cool. We just do this because we enjoy doing it, and we really like doing the interviews and talking with people and just sharing basketball stories. So a lot more of that coming up 2025. Got some interesting guests coming up, one of which we'll be doing later on today.
Is he going out this year?
We'll work it out.
Oh, you've got an absolute goat coming on the show soon.
Absolute
well, I think
goat.
Anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
But
yeah, it's strange getting to the end of another year and going, oh, we've done this for a whole year. We had a little bit in the middle where it breaks. NBA's funny, isn't it? Where it breaks, it just disappears over summer.
We didn't break. We only had a 2-week break, Mark. And you're like, come on, get back in here.
Well, yeah, because we had the Olympics this year.
Yeah.
Whereas next year, it will just be, you won't have anything. And then the year after, you'll have the World Championships, I think.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cyclical. I think a lot of sports do it, don't they? They just drop off.
Yeah. But anyone who wants to come on the show, email ukbasketballpodcast@gmail.com. Mark's on the socials Facebook. And Instagram. Look, we couldn't care if you're a professional player or an Olympic player or local league player. If it's a good story, it's a good story.
Yep. Basketball stories, that's what it's all about. And, I want to say as well, not just from the UK, a lot of you listen outside of the UK as well. So if you're listening in from Japan, from the Philippines, from India, from South America, from the USA, from Canada, Brazil, Mexico, Sweden, all the countries, Germany, France, all the countries who are streaming. Thank you. And let us know about your basketballs because we want to hear about it globally. We'd love to hear that.
How do you feel about it, Mark? Another year.
Yeah, it's great.
You've got the most downloaded podcast in UK basketball.
It's great. It's great. It's fun. I like doing it. I like doing it with you, obviously, but it's nice sharing these stories because I think, not to put, I won't say dampener on it, but we lost Mike Spade in the basketball community, who was very well known. And one of the things that we sit there and think is it's a shame we didn't get the story to share it.
Yeah. I got something I can share with you. I don't think you should mind me saying this, but at the Portsmouth Force, we had a moment where, we gave a minute's round of applause to Mike Spade, which is a great moment. And, some of his family members came down. And I was talking to his wife, because I actually reached out to Mike about coming on the podcast.
Okay.
And it was I thought it was really funny. She told me, she goes, oh, Mike had mentioned you had reached out to him. And I went, all right, what did he say? He said, this guy's reached out, but what's a podcast? But yeah, it's again, we just want stories. And I know there's some legends we're after.
Well, I know I spoke to Nick at Sussex Raptors, and he said they're actually they're doing an end of season MVP award for Mike, and Sandy's going down to present it.
Amazing.
And we're going to hopefully get Nick on next year. He played with them and has some interesting stories to share on that sort of stuff. But again, it's nice, knowing that people have done that and sent those sort of things out. And I just, you know,
Okay.
it is a nice community. You know what I mean? It's nice that those things don't get lost, and that's why we do this, because we want to share those stories and everything that we've had on a basketball journey. And I'm not, you know, I've played at no level whatsoever other than locally, but everyone has, I won't say a similar thing, but we all have a similar feeling of like the first time you get the ball, the first time you make a good shot, the training aspects, the being part of a team and being part of something. And I think that's the nice that we get to share.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've had a bit of a epiphany more recently.
an effigy. Yeah.
It's where, you know, we've talked about on here where I'm doing a master's degree. You're doing a master's degree in psychology, and you know, a lot of my focus has been, you know, sport related, focusing on basketball, because it's not really used for studies. Definitely UK basketball isn't. So it's one of the things I focused on. But one of the things that I thought about, which is for people who probably not just basketball but sport in general, it's actually an addiction.
Yeah.
It's a massive addiction. When you get injured, you know, you go through that trauma of loss because you can't participate or you can't do anything. So I think it was Freud who said that.
Oh, really?
It was talking about loss, and
he didn't associate to schlong or something crazy.
No,
like that,
well, most things I think were your parents' fault with him. But yeah, it's it's really interesting when you think of basketball as an addiction.
Yeah.
And you,
absolutely.
You get injured and you're like, oh man, and you're down and you go through that mourning process of
100%.
And then you build yourself back up, and
you can't do what you want to do. And I think anyone who's listened will have heard you've had that challenge, and you know, I massively respect you for getting back out on the court.
Cheers, mate.
Well, because
it
wasn't easy, and
trying
it would, but a lot of people would have just gone, okay, done now, that's it, and wouldn't even have considered it. So what you're talking about with an addiction, it's like, no, I want to get it back out, I want to compete, and that, you know, massive respect for you for that, because a lot of people would have just gone, done now, that's it. Like you have your last. I remember when Kobe did his ankle, I think it was like 2014 or something like that, and he was like, is that it? I'm at that point now in my age, am I done now? Like, one too many injuries, one too many things, this is not a nice one. It's easy to just go tap out, so to get back on there, and that was awesome that you do that. And,
cheers, mate.
Yeah, but it's good because, you know, like you've shown all the kids that you've coached, and you've shown all the people that you play with as well, that it doesn't just stop necessarily for its.
What's happened there?
What's that? I don't know. Just did some fireworks.
I've done something there. What? I did that. Oh.
Yep. It says no anymore. Who knows?
What was that about?
I don't know.
We had a guest on the other day, and like a bubble pip above his head,
and
I thought
thinking, or
I thought
like
he
that,
was
or you
doing
do
that.
thumbs up and stuff. It can do a little thing. I think there's a thing that in here somewhere. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making it up as I go along.
I did something, but it's gone. But right, Mark, I've got one for you.
Yep.
So your Christmas wish.
Seattle.
No. Your Christmas wish. You can change anything in basketball history. Anything in basketball history. What would it be? One wish. That's a good one, isn't it?
God, that's a tough one, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to stay with it. Seattle.
What, they're still around?
No. Yeah, I would say, as much as I'd love to say them winning the finals because they got through and everything, you know, they're up against Jordan and everyone. As much as I'd love to say that, I just having Seattle around again. I think that is that would be the one thing I'd change in history, because, I think that's a big loss, because they were a team that had heritage.
I think they're going to come back, aren't they?
Yeah, there's apparently going to be them in Vegas, and then the rumor is that if they do that, they're going to switch one of the teams in the West at the moment to the East, and it'll be someone like Memphis Grizzlies that they'll probably swing over, which makes sense, but also is a bit odd, because there's a couple of teams that do this on the map, where it's like New Orleans is here underneath, and they're a little bit further over that way. And
Maybe they'll do a little mix-up.
no, they will. They'll move someone to the east. They have to, because they'll be adding 2 West teams. But they're going to also, it will shake up the grouping. But you think of who they're going to be in. If Sonics are back, they'd be in place with Golden State, Clippers, Lakers, and Portland, Sacramento Kings. I don't know which ones they're going to get, how they're going to do it. So some of them they might split off. And
yeah.
But yeah, if I could change that one thing, it would be that of them going. I hate that. What about you?
So I'm trying to decide between 2. One is Malice in the Palace doesn't happen.
Oh, blimey.
Because if that doesn't happen,
Detroit get another.
Well, the Indiana Pacers will be going up against Detroit in the conference finals in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Bear in mind, everyone agrees that in 2004, whoever won that conference final between Pacers...
That's Reggie getting a chip, isn't it?
Yeah. So that was one of them, because that was Reggie's last year, wasn't it? Of like, this is going to happen. You had like, Jackson, Metal World... This was before he was Metal World Peace.
Ron Artest.
Who's the other main guy? Anyway.
O'Neal.
Jermaine O'Neal. Yeah. So I was thinking that is because you had like that incident destroyed the Pacers, destroyed them, and Reggie was like, "Well, I'm done. I'm not getting a chip. Done." Or the ref. Or my other one was if I didn't do that, or the referee doesn't call the foul on Bill Laimbeer for that phantom shot. So the shot that wasn't a foul.
Yeah.
The hook goes up, misses. Pistons get their first championship.
If you're going that route, you could say...
They're the 2 I was thinking.
You could say Jordan not retiring.
Oh, that's a good one.
Or you could say Jordan not coming back.
Actually, no.
So that if he didn't retire, would Houston have won those 2?
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, if he did, even if he did retire, but then just didn't come back.
What if moments?
If it was a Christmas wish, it's just purely that you didn't get rid of a team like the Sonics. They could have done... Having Oklahoma as a team made sense. And apparently the backstory is when New Orleans... Because New Orleans were the Jazz originally. So Utah Jazz was originally New Orleans Jazz because it makes sense because of Jazz. Then the Jazz moved to Utah. And New Orleans got the Pelicans. But when... I think it was Hurricane Katrina. When that happened, they had to relocate their stadium in New Orleans, obviously because of all the devastation. So they played in Oklahoma. And when that happens, it's like, hang on, we've got like almost a pre-built team here, effectively. You know, we've got there's an audience who love it. Oklahoma are really well attended and everything. They love it. So that's why they were like, we're going to get a team here, no question.
Yeah.
And then old loser at Starbucks decided to threaten Seattle, and that was the history.
There you go.
That's the bit I don't like more than anything, because it set the precedent for showing where the money changes the game. That's the bit I don't know.
I just thought of another one.
Yeah.
And this could happen. This could happen that the NBA executives decide that the franchise titles stay with the city where they were won. So Seattle get those 2 titles. Is it 2?
1.
1 title. Lakers lose 5 titles to
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Why can't I say that?
Minneapolis Lakers.
Minneapolis. We're literally saying the same thing, but it comes out
Minneapolis.
That's
it. Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
No, there's no Nimley in the middle.
Minneapolis.
That's it. Minneapolis.
It comes out. Right, look, that's how it comes out. Right, there you go.
Good old Minneapolis.
Oh, what would you do if you go your Christmas wish? You go back to the. This is dark.
See, this is why I'm not
To the
saying Christmas
birth-
wish is going back, because you can't undo what's been done.
You go back, Mark, in time
Can't be done.
to the birth of the person who created the sport of badminton.
Oh, you're going that way. Oh, you're going to
dark,
go that
innit?
route. Yeah, and you just go.
Right.
What, you're going to pull a Voldemort on him, are you? Brand him with
Right.
a shuttlecock on his
Yeah.
forehead.
I do get asked this question about what I said like this time last year about what did you say that Mark had to stop you? You had to dub over what I said. It was slightly.
can't remember.
I think it was the language I used might have been a bit inappropriate. This is when Father Christmas has handed out all his presents.
Oh, I know exactly. Yeah,
and
yeah,
he gets back.
Yes,
He
he
gets-
goes, and it was
He
about
takes
Zion.
on.
Yeah,
He takes on all the elves,
yeah, Zion.
but they're
versus
quite small, aren't they?
yeah,
They're like the elves are height challenged.
height challenged,
You might not even be able to say that.
vertically
I
challenged.
keep looking that way because that's where that's where the monitor is.
Yeah,
can
so
see
we have the
ourselves.
monitor screen over here, and I have my screen here. So I keep looking between here and here. We have cameras in the middle here.
Height challenged. That's probably
They're
offending
dwarves.
someone.
That's basically what they were. But
But-
dwarves are. But Santa has elves,
he's
which are
big.
obviously smaller than dwarves.
Yeah.
So we were like,
He kicks
what-
crap out of them. Like
Yeah.
on the basketball court, he's like,
yeah, that wasn't the language you were using. That's why I got edited straight over.
yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, look, we're all hyped for that game
Yeah.
that is happening in the late hours of New Year's Eve when Father Christmas goes back and takes on his little elves.
God's sake.
I don't even think he's got anyone else on his team.
You don't reckon?
Like, what? Rudolph's not going to catch a ball. It hit him. He's going to be like, "It's another turnover, Rudolph. Get your head in the game."
Yeah. Well, I mean, we actually did it where we put the court up, didn't we? And we actually we had a little post where we put some pictures up. This is one of those ones where Paul goes, "Oh, did we do that?" But we actually had the not only Santa enjoying his own favourite checkout in it, but we actually did the court of what Santa's court would look like.
Yeah. So
And
people just watching.
Yeah, and I like the idea of the fact that people would be.
Mike, I think more people would be watching the game. You'd have like it'd be little, but like a little arena seating area of elves.
Would the elves be the cheerlead, like the dance
They'd
troupe?
be doing everything.
The dance troupe.
They'd be doing everything. There'd be the film crew, everything.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Wow.
But look,
I mean,
let's talk facts. Father Christmas is he's undefeated to
Yeah.
these little elves
Yeah.
every year. Undefeated, Mark.
Oh,
These facts speak for themselves.
Look.
Look, he's looking at the elves there going,
He's
"You're
doing a Reggie.
joking."
He's doing a Reggie.
What number does he wear? Like, I know you
What
had him
number
in
would
31.
Santa wear? This is the question.
25.
25.
Got to be in it.
What? He's gone one above it.
He's gone 20. Oh, look, it's Christmas. I'm Father Christmas. 25th. I'm number 25 or number 1. No, he's 25, and in the Rudolph, the reindeers are like 1, 2, 3. Mrs. Claus, she's not doing much. Lazy.
And people ask, why do I edit stuff out? There we go. Right there. That's
Just saying.
You can even do snowflake warning, and it's actually on point because it's festive, isn't it? It's a snowflake.
It's just saying. She
Listen,
doesn't get
I am
her in the
festive.
game.
I've got Santa. I've got my elf. What you got? Where's your festivity? It's appalling. You're going to have to do better next year. Next year, we're going to do a poll, and we're going to get... Oh, your Halo. Yeah, right.
Yeah, there you go, Mark. Because look,
Next year, we're
Look.
going to do a thing, and we're going to get everyone, and we're going to get them to send in pictures.
we get a Talk
And we'll
Basketball
make it-
podcast Christmas jumper.
Yeah, we like one of these. I mean, not this amazing Dallas one. Let's talk about that for a minute. But we get one of these done, and you'll have to wear that.
Mm.
But it'll have all pictures all over it
Yeah.
that people submit. So who knows what will be on there.
But you just touched on something there, and I think it's really valid to say that at this time of year, everyone really forgets what Christmas is all about. You know, it's on the 25th, and what is it all about? Presents! Oh dear.
Oh no.
Mark was waiting for me to go into
I was
something
thinking
then.
something deep.
Presents!
It's about as deep as it gets.
Right.
Done.
Sweet.
Done for the year.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
See you in the new
all of
year.
you. Yeah,
And
we've got some good ones coming up, that's for sure.
great ones coming up.
Yep. So stay tuned and keep talking to us and sending us messages. We love it, and love hearing from you, and more to follow. So without further ado, so ends another edition of Talking Basketball podcast. Thank you for listening. Don't play badminton. Have a fantastic festive period. And I've been Mark.
I have been Paul, and this is for all our badminton people. If you like badminton,
That right there, that's what I'm talking about. Why do you do it? Why? I'm going to buy you a badminton kit for Christmas. 100%.